Hi students, today's session is about how to draw a scatter plot. How to draw a scatter plot in R using our function and various arguments. So before that we will know what is a scatter plot. A scatter plot is a type of data display. Data display, that means visually displaying the data that shows the relationship between two numerical variables. So keep it in mind. So it is a type of a data display that shows the relationship between two numerical variables. The relationship, the scatter plot will show you the relationship of two numerical variables in a visual pattern, that is in the scatter plotted pattern. So now we will see how we are going to uh, draw a scatter plot in R. So it is a graph. In other sense, we can say it's a graph in which the values of two variables are plotted using two axes, as obviously x-axis and y-axis, and the pattern of the resulting points, the pattern of that particular resulting points reveals the correlation. So it is used to study the correlation, relationship between two numerical values of data. So for this also we are taking the same data frame, movies data.csv. If you are continuing this work, you can use this, run the script continuously, or else every time if you restart and if you start working with R, don't forget to check the project file where you have set up your project file. Okay, setting up the project file path and setting as the work directory. This has to be a default exercise whenever you restart and open R for every time. Okay, now since it is already, I am continuing with the previous session, so I am not fixing anything. But if you are doing it as a new, just set as working directory. This becomes your working directory, plotting bar charts and scatter plot. So the function to draw scatter plot in R is, see, just see, plot. Plot is the function is used to draw scatter plot. The additional thing is you can see the pattern of these resulting points will tell you the relationship, that is correlation, mostly used for to describe your data in your research dissertation, in your dissertation works. So here what we have taken for to study the relationship and to scatter to plot to draw a scatter plot is, we have taken two things: IMDb ratings, IMDb underscore rating on the x-axis, and audience underscore score on the y-axis. So we are going to study the relationship between two variables. One is, where is IMDb rating and audience rating score. Okay, so as I said, just we are, it is not only we are putting a data display between IMDb rating and audience score rating. The resultant of this score, the plot will give you the, to find the relationship between these two, IMDb rating versus what you say, the audience score. For this is going to be the function. See, x is equal to movies dollar IMDb rating. So what we are taking in x-axis is movies. In that movie file, the main movie file having 600 observations, we are taking only the variable IMDb rating, and in the y-axis, in that movies data frame, we are taking audience score. So the main is the title of your scatter plot, that is IMDb rating versus audience score is going to be the title of your scatter plot. X label is, for x-axis is IMDb rating, Y label is audience score, X limited to 0 to 10 and Y limitation to 0 to 100. So IMDb rating of any movies varies between 0 and 10. So that is xlim in the source. So we have set a range of values on x-axis from 0 to 10. Similarly, we have set up the range of values on y-axis from 0 to 100. See, IMDb rating sets a just a minute. Where is IMDb rating? So IMDb rating, the limitation is from 0 to 10, and the in audience score and the audience rating, it is between 100, 0 to 100. That's why audience score is 0 to 100 and the hex limit 0 to 10, and by default I am giving it as a color as blue. Okay, similarly we'll see, highlight the files and plots and just run the button on the source window. So this is the pattern of this is what they call it as the data scatter plot. It's a data display showing the relationship between two numerical variables, IMDb rating and the audience score. See, all these data analysis applications or softwares or programs will give you the analysis results. The beauty is how creatively or how innovatively you're going to interpret matter. So interpretation is one of an important skill. It is if you ask me, I would say it is a skill. Okay, so we can observe, what we can observe in the scatter plot is we can have that movies having higher IMDb rating has a high audience underscore. So interpretation is a, what you say, it is a skill. It is not everybody's cup of tea. See, the what this scatter plot tells is the movies that are having, see, the movies that has that have more IMDb rating, we can see audience score more. Okay, close this plot. Now we will find now we will as I said in the beginning, we will find the correlation for the these two variables. So the function used to find correlation in R is very simple, COR, that is correlation of movies IMDb rating and movies dollar audience score. Just type this command and just click run button in the source window. See, the correlation value it is showing is 0.865. Okay, that means it has a very good high correlations. Okay, the value of correlation coefficient is always lies between +1 to -1 and +1. So the positive value indicates the variables are positively related, and the minus value will tell you it is negatively indicated, and the value here tells you how the magnitude of correlation. See, this is near to 1, so this has a high correlation. That means what we can interpret from here is IMDb rating has influence, what you say, influence on the audience score positively. If IMDb rating score increases, definitely the audience score will increase. That is the positive correlation interpretation. Okay, that's how we can interpret positive correlation. Okay, so in this you learnt about the scatter plot. What is scatter plot? So okay, how what a scatter plot will tell, and how we can do correlation. I am quickly summarizing. For plotting, drawing a plot, the function is plot, and the arguments which we have given is these are all the arguments. The variables that we have taken to draw a scatter plot is IMDb rating and audience score, and these the label of the graph, y label of the plot, and limited to 0 to 10, and the y limitation 0 to 100 color equal to bar. The correlation function will gives you the correlation value. Okay, that's 0.865 as we got it from this file. Good guys, keep going, try this with your data and find interesting results, and try to interpret in a creative way. All the best.